Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a great pleasure and to be here again for the second year in a row. I really appreciate the opportunity to come and speak for the closing keynote and with twice the time. Now, what I have here is an iPad Pro, and I did this presentation, very basic one, because I want to show you some cool videos. A couple of hours ago, I left my presentation to the last minute, but that's okay. I think we got it. So I'm going to be showing you some of today's technology and some of tomorrow's technologies. And the thing that I want you to remember is that the future has already been invented. It just hasn't been widely distributed yet. And you'll see that today. Some of the stuff that we think is science fiction has already been made. But we just can't buy it at Harvey Norman or JB Hi-Fi or any of those places yet. But it is coming, which is exciting stuff. But before I show you some of this exciting stuff, I just want to show you a couple of things very quickly. I want to talk about, for 20 years I've been wanting to do a newsletter and I haven't done it. So I'm going to do it. So I've put a form on my website, which I'll show you in a second. I'll show you right now. My website is very boring. There's nothing there yet, but there will be. If you go to alexonline.com, it's very boring, right? If you go to alexonline.com, and the very first post there, it says, please click this link to subscribe with your name and email address. And if you click on that, put in your name, just your first name will do, it's up to you, and your email, and you just click sign up. And then when I get around to doing my first newsletter, you'll get a copy of it. And it will have interesting tips and useful news, and it'll have interesting stuff. I won't spam you or waste your time, anything like that. So finally, I've done it. If anyone signs up, I'll be very pleased. That's up to you. Then I wanted to quickly talk about this Smart Gizmos Duo Glide, the Sydney PC User Group, Cronus backup software, malware protection, and then I want to show you some stuff about the future. So with this Smart Gizmos Duo Glide, if anyone tried last night, the coupon code only went on last night, and it's normally on the website $630 for this gizmo here, which I'm going to now, for those who didn't see it already, you can glide around. I'm going to show you a video as well of a Neil Diamond impersonator who went around the stage, who went around the stage singing on this gizmo. It's great fun. You may have seen yesterday Charlie Brown showing a brand called Kaiser Bass, which was just one of these brands that sell stuff, puts their label on it. And the price was $799. Well, my friends imported them from overseas, and they tell me they've gone through a lot of trouble to make sure the batteries are up to scratch, the tyres are up to scratch. It's out of an Australian warehouse with an Australian warranty. And well, I wish I could say I invented them, but sadly no. And if you type in this AlexOL code, you'll get it for $472, which is half the price, just about, of what Harvey Norman is selling it for. So that tells you just how much money that Harvey Norman's making. But that's a different story. So, so with that out of the way, and I've got some cards. If anybody wants to grab a card or a brochure, I've got some stuff here. A friend of mine, I wanted to buy them myself, and a friend rings me last week telling me he sells them. I had no idea. I was so pleased because I've had a chance to show everybody, and also to get it at a good price. So the next thing I want to do is tell you very quickly about the Sydney PC User Group. We've been around for 31 years this year. We're a member of ASCA. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm here as well. Last year we had the 30th anniversary. We had Google coming along. NAM promoted the meeting for us. We had a massive turnout. Everyone is welcome to come. It's in the evening. That's the only thing that might be an issue for some people. But if you've got to come from a long distance, maybe some people can come together in groups. Maybe somebody can drive together. But we're in the city in Pitt Street, very close to the QVB, close to the buses and trains. So you just go to sydneypc.com and have a look, and everyone's welcome to come. Next meeting is next Tuesday night, and we'll have Symantec there talking about all the Norton stuff, and I'll have the gadget there as well to scoot around and show everybody that couldn't come. And that is a copy of the front page of the website. Last time I was showing watches. I actually have on me an Apple Watch, a Move bracelet, and I over here have an Android watch. I'll be showing these to you later on. I don't normally wear 3 watches, but I want to buy a watch, mate? Technology. I've just been wearing this one, but I started wearing this one because it's got various features that I'll show you shortly. So what I wanted to do was quickly show you some videos. One of the important things you've got to do, whether you have a PC or a Mac, is back up your computer. And if you're ever making any changes, if you're upgrading to Windows 10, if you're installing some new software that you're not sure of, even if you're just worried that you're going to click on the wrong link on an email and suddenly your computer is infected by ransomware asking money from you, demanding money from you to unlock all the files from your computer, you've got to have a backup. If you don't have a backup, you lose all your photos, all your documents, any DNA tests that are stored on your computer, anything that's valuable that is on your computer. If it gets wiped, damaged, stolen, burnt, melted, you're gone. That's your digital life. I mean, computers are now in our hands, in our pockets, on these devices as well. So there's some software now. Norton's got backup software, it's very good. Microsoft's got backup software built into Windows, very good. But the one I like to use is called Acronis. And so Acronis, if I go to the website here, Acronis, Acronis, you can buy it online and you can buy it in the stores. And they have a service, everyone's charging by the year now, but they will back up to your external hard disk, but they'll also back up to the cloud. So everything will be stored in their data center. So even if your house burns down or something bad happens, it's all saved in another location, and they don't have any limits on the amount of space that they offer. So if you've got lots and lots of files, they're not going to say we need another $50 from you, we need more money from you. You can just back the whole lot up. One of the problems in Australia is that we have slow internet, and so the uploads can take a while. It can take 2 or 3 weeks or longer to upload hundreds of gigabytes to their service. But it doesn't matter. If you've got an ADSL or cable connection at home, you should be okay. If you've got a wireless connection of some sort, that will be an issue. If you have download limits, you might want to go to a friend's place, or if you've got a laptop. If they've got an internet connection, you can do it bit by bit at a friend's place. But you have to be very wary that you don't bust your limit. So they've got a little video down here that I wanted to show you. I wanted to click on their personal backup, and I've got a bunch of cool videos to show you today.
Here comes the new #1 solution for personal data protection. Meet innovation. Acronis True Image Cloud, the easiest, fastest, and most powerful way to back up your PC, Mac, and mobile devices. Now with all new amazing features. Back up and recover all your pictures, videos, contacts, and events from Android devices, iPhones, iPads, and Windows tablets to the cloud without the need to connect your computer. Back up your Android messages too. Protect multiple devices for yourself, your family, or home office using an online dashboard. Archive and access your data anywhere from any device and free up disk space by offloading rarely used files to the cloud. Unlimited cloud backup space combined with the industry's fastest backup and restore, up to 50% faster than the competition. And that's not all. It's optimized for Windows 10 and recent Mac OS X versions. Acronis True Image Cloud. Protect your digital life with the #1 backup solution.
So most of these videos are only 2 or 3 minutes long, so don't worry that you're going to be watching for hours and hours. But that is the backup solution I'm using, and if anything goes wrong with my computer, I can restore it. And I've had to use these services in the past where something didn't go right, something didn't work, and if I didn't have the ability to do an exact restore to exactly before, to the exact moment where I made the backup, I would have been in trouble. I would have had to have reloaded everything from scratch. And whilst I had other backups, it's just fiddly. It's so nice to be able to go, even if it takes 2 or 3 hours to restore, it's so nice to go back to exactly that moment when you hit the backup button, and then you can try again. And if something goes wrong again, you can restore again. It's really imperative to do that, even if you use the free versions that are in Windows. Phone is for your contacts and photos, and normally with Android phones, they're backing up all the apps, you have to re-download them. But normally it's your computer that you want to restore, because you're upgrading to a new operating system, or you clicked on some link. But with your phone, you can just get contacts, you can restore only what you want to restore. You don't have to restore the whole thing. And the other thing they mentioned there was if you have some large files that you don't normally access on your computer, you can just store them up in the cloud and you can get them later on. Now they charge a yearly fee, it's under $100 depending on how many you can see here, 3 computers plus 10 devices, $89.99 for the first year. You just want 1 computer, it's $53.99, and 3 devices, 5 computers, $104. So it's not super expensive when you divide that by the number of computers. So anyway, that's the website, acronis.com. You can check it out. There's more than them, but they are very good, and I would have a look. So let me now go back to the next part of our presentation, malware protection. So if you have ever gone to a website and suddenly your computer computer has registry cleaners and driver update things, and you don't know where they came from, then you need to get rid of them. And you can go into your add remove programs or the programs and features, and you can sort the things that have been installed by date and things you don't recognize. If there's a whole bunch of stuff installed today or yesterday that you've got no idea, uninstall it all. But if you don't know what you're doing, then I would go to malwarebytes.org. So malwarebytes, malwarebytes.org, and I would download their Malwarebytes software, because it's just loading now. They have a free version and they have a paid version. The paid version is $32 or $35 for 3 computers for a year. All these people want to charge you by the year now. But they have a free version. You can just tap the download button and download it for free. The problem with the free one is that it's reactive. Once you have to run it yourself, and then you have to keep clean. The paid version is proactive. If it finds something, it blocks it for you automatically, so you don't have to do anything. And for me, I think it's worth it. If you've got Norton already there, or McAfee, or Kaspersky, and you find you're still getting things coming onto your computer, it's worth the investment to get this Malwarebytes and to stick it on. But I came across a computer that had hundreds of things on there. I couldn't download updates. It was terrible. And if you look at Malwarebytes, they've got a thing up here for home. I clicked on here, this here for home. I tapped on that for home. Tap it again. It's loading. And actually, under downloads over here, under downloads it has tools. And in here I found a bunch of other things that really helped. There were a bunch of things for cleaning the registry. Let me hit refresh. Here we go. Malwarebytes, anti-malware, free and premium, anti-malware for Mac, anti-exploit, and they had registry, junkware removal tool, anti-rootkit beta, startup light, file assassin. I mean, I had to use a whole bunch of these things, and most of them were free. And I managed to clean my friend's computer up. But I was using anti-malware program after anti-malware program, and I was still finding stuff. The other one that I recommend besides Malwarebytes is called Hitman Pro. Hitman Pro is from a website called surfright.nl, NL for Netherlands. Now this one has a free 30-day trial, so you can clean any malware that's on your computer. After the 30 days, if you try and use it again, they'll want you to pay. But I mean, the good thing is you can use it once for free, or you can use it once every 30 days for free. I mean, you can use it many times as you want over 30 days for free. So if you've got a malware infestation on your computer, you run Malwarebytes. If something is still going wrong, you run this. This is like your second opinion. If you've already used it once before, though, you'll have to pay $30, whatever it costs. But again, it's a lot cheaper than paying some of these services to come out to your house and will charge you $250. I mean, they'll do an awesome job, but some of these things you can do it yourself, and if you can do it yourself, why not? So Hitman Pro is another very good one. And I use Hitman Pro and Malwarebytes to help people whose computers are just popping up everywhere and things are not working, updates not happening. So I know none of this is terribly exciting yet, but these are the realities we have to live with in a Windows world. And I mean, you can see there's Mac versions there too, and Android phones, these things exist for them as well. So, the next thing I wanted to show you was then some of the really cool stuff. Now what time is it already? It's 3:15. So let me start off by let me plug back into, I've got some cool videos, but I'm going to quickly show you these watches. Let's click on this over here. There we go. Okay. So just quickly, last year I was showing you the one of the Android watches. This is the new Huawei watch from the Chinese company Huawei. And let's see if I can make that. So I can swipe up here, and with the swiping business, you get to see all of these different paths. And you can now get these Android watches. This looks like a fancy looking watch. You can get these watches to work with Android or iPhone, which is pretty sweet. And if I tap on the screen, let me just make it a bit bright. If I tap on the screen here and hold down, well, if I swipe sideways here, I can look through. There's an agenda, alarm, daily tracking, fitness tracking, but I can talk to it. I can say, I haven't tried on this watch yet, but I can say, okay Google, remind me to buy some milk later. No, it's just phone number. But in any case, when you're talking to it, it does a really good job. And if I tap on the screen itself, it's asking me when. So, I mean, it's really quite much more advanced. So here's some of the watch faces that I have in here. And this works beautifully. This is like a remote control for your Android phone or your iPhone. And, you know, just the ability to, I mean, if you look at, you can see there's a whole stack of, that's called a skeuomorphic display, where it's trying to mimic the reality of a normal display. But if I just swipe up like this, or swipe to the side, you know, I can set alarms. I can get it to do timers. I can ask it questions, get it to check my heart rate, send me how many steps I've taken, stopwatches, timers. I can ask it to translate things for me, speak in one language, and it will show me the translation. So if I want to know how to speak in a different language, I can say, I'll try it. Okay, Google, translate, how are you? Hang on, I don't know, just doing it. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Translate, how are you, into French. The demo goes. It's talking to my phone over here. Probably holding it like that is not the way it's expected to work. And now it's just disconnected. But in any case, it works beautifully. I mean, it really does work nicely. It's just when you want to show a demo, it doesn't. But you can do all sorts of cool things, and these watches are getting cheaper and cheaper. And you know, if you've got an Android device, I mean, Officeworks sells them for. They had a Samsung one for like $188 a little while ago. They make nifty presents, you know, for people that want to. So here's the temperatures. Weather, Sydney, 36 degrees. Here's the forecast for the future. I mean, these things are little computers on your wrist, and you can download programs. You can download calculators onto here. There's a program I can download here, which shows me if I have the camera going, I can see what's from this camera on the screen of this watch. So if I need to look under the couch to find the remote control, I can be doing it from my watch. That's one of the things I showed last year. But I can show that right now on the Apple Watch. This is the Apple Watch here. You can see it's a squared watch as opposed to a round watch. It has this digital crown. And if I tap onto the screen here, or I can customize here as well, all sorts of different watch faces here. Beautiful different faces. There's so many cool things you can do with this watch. It's unbelievable. But let me go into the camera. Let me get out of that. Tap onto here. This is the screen showing all the different icons that all the different programs that I have running. And so in here I've got things that tell me when the next bus is coming, when the next train is coming, you know, just because it knows my route. I can call an Uber taxi. I can ask it to what song I'm listening to. I can get it to do the magic 8 ball, or bring up a calculator, or bring up the headlines, or show me the map for realestate.com.au, or when I'm driving in the car, show me on the map here, like where I'm supposed to go, and it'll tap 12 times to tell right, and it will tap sort of 6 times in a different tap sequence to turn left. And I can see on the screen the map. I mean, here if I swipe up like this, if I get out of here and I swipe up with that, I can see here battery, I can see how much movement I've done, my appointments, stock exchange, but here's the location. So it's going to try and figure out the location, current location, and it's coming through here. It's taking a little while, it's trying to get GPS position and stuff, but it'll do it. Eventually. This one is $599 for the 38mm version, and 679 for the 42mm version. This is the 42mm version. That's normally for a bigger wrist men's version. So here you go. You can see it's showing us where we are, and I can. It's showing us where we are. And I don't know if I can do much. Well, just taking me into the maps now, which is the maps application. So if you're lost, the watch can tell you where you are, right? And then I can zoom in further. Ridges World Square. See that there? It says Ridges World Square. And I can zoom out. And if I zoom out, it's going to obviously surf the internet to bring me the picture of. It's taking a moment or two because it's got to get the information. And we're inside. Put a lot of phones here. But it will show a picture of Australia. There you go. I can go out further. I mean, that's New South Wales, and if I go out further, it will download more tiles. And but if I tap on the side here, and I want to have a remote control camera, so let me look for that. Here it is here. Tap this button here. Wait for it. Surprised to see all that stuff. I actually did just switch on, add this Android phone to my iPhone today. I might not like it. I'm surprised to see all that flickering. Open camera. There we go. Wait for it. Wait for it. No. I mean, that's showing to the camera, but that's not where I want to see it. Come on. Let's try one more. I might just turn this watch off because, as I said, connecting. I just added this Android watch to it today, and maybe it doesn't like to share. It might be. I'll just turn it off and turn it. I mean, this is Siri wants to ask me a question. Let me just turn the watch off and turn it back on. But in any case, the age of these watches has arrived, and it's definitely, if you've got an Android watch, an Android device or an iPhone, they're a lot of fun. I'd suggest getting one.
Alex, what's the battery life and charging frequency?
Sure, the battery life is basically a day at the moment. Some watches will give you a couple of days, and this is supposed to be 18 hours, but by the end of the day, I still have charge. If I do run out, because I've been doing a lot of work on the watch, it'll go into a power save mode where it will just display the time, and it'll do that for 72 hours. So, and that's just the time, you don't do all the other fancy things, and you have to push the button to see the time, so the screen's on all the time, but you won't be without time if the battery goes flat. Some of the watches will claim, up to 2 days of use. I even have a Samsung one that you may have seen it on TV where you can spin the bezel, but I forgot to bring it, I had so many things to bring. But that's a very good one too, and that's an alternative for people running Android. But look, in the future I'll run for a week or a month, but at the moment you're talking about a very small device, this thick, and it is, to get a day's worth, practically, basically a day's battery is pretty amazing. And it works. So I would be, some people say, I could never charge it all day. I mean, the battery in this thing here lasts for 6 months, but that's because it's one of these 10-cent sized, coin-sized button batteries, and it has no screen. This is a fitness tracker that tracks your sleep, and I'm going to show you the video for this. It's called Move, M-O-O-V, Move Now. It's called the Siri of Sweat, and it talks to you. You've got to have your phone in your pocket and your headphones on, but it's like a personal coach. It's really quite snazzy. Now I'm still waiting for this watch. Whilst I'm waiting for this watch to turn on, I want to play the video of this. This particular fitness mat. It's only just gone on sale in Australia. Started life as a Kickstarter project. Is this turned on yet? No. Because I'm afraid if I unplug this, it won't come back on again. That's all right. That was a plan. Some excitement. What happened was I was still on the thing. I was on film too. I may have even hurt myself. Okay. Here we go.
Did you have to rehearse that?
It was live rehearsal. Live. Unbelievable.
I know, I missed it. You didn't do it again.
I don't do it again. Can't believe I did it in the first place. Yes. You can't say that my presentations aren't exciting. Okay, my watch is doing this connecting. I was giving me a reminder, have something hacked away. Yeah, good, I did that last week. Done on camera. It's the first time I'm showing the camera, it hasn't worked. Cannot believe it. Everything going there. Anyway, what you normally see is what's on this screen. Open camera. Here we go. Open camera. Ask me to open it, connecting. And normally you can see what's on this phone, on the screen, and you can take photographs and do things, but today it doesn't want to play. I suspect it's because I've connected 2 watches to the same device. Here's this guy singing. So it's a Neil Diamond impersonator. He's on stage. And he's doing the whole show on one of those things. So he's running through the audience like I was doing before. And he goes another 10 seconds. And he says, imagine doing your shopping on this thing. Although if you felt like I just did, you wouldn't miss it. We have lots of things to show. So, I haven't even shown you the iPad Pro yet, but there's a gizmo here. It's called last year I showed you a lot of Indiegogo videos. Indiegogo is like Kickstarter. It is a crowdfunding website. So people have ideas, and and they want to create something and they want your support. They say, look, pay us some money to either buy it at a discount or just give us $5 or buy 10 of them. I mean, but here is our idea because we want to make it happen. Sometimes these things, they don't ship on time. They're a year late. Sometimes they never ship at all. But most of them actually do come to fruition, usually within the time frame. And this is called Alpha 2, the first humanoid robot for the family. So I was looking at this and going, wow, this looks pretty amazing.
Introducing Alpha 2.
Okay, Joyce, let's move to the next pose.
Okay.
With 20 joints replicating human motion, he's as flexible as a yogi.
Good job, Joyce.
Alpha 2 is smarter than your smartphone.
Rise and shine.
And he makes a great tutor.
Alpha, what's the word for orange juice in Spanish?
Jugo de naranja.
Jugo de naranja.
Sí, muy bien.
You're cute.
No, you're cuter.
Alpha 2 is like an in-home nurse or a veterinarian.
Hey, boy.
Alan, Oliver is due for his flea medication.
Thanks, Alpha.
Alpha 2 is the perfect office assistant.
Voicemail 3.
Joyce, it's Cindy Patterson again. I just got a cake and it only has 5 tiers instead of 7.
Alpha, call All City Cakes and print out a copy of that contract.
Okay, Joyce. Printing.
He's a weatherman.
Bye, Alpha.
Goodbye, Kate. If you're going out, there's a 75% chance of rain.
Thanks, Alpha.
Anyway, I think you get the general idea. It's a robot. And as I was saying before, the future has already been invented. It just hasn't been widely distributed yet. This is something I'm sure we're going to see in the stores, if not in the next 5 years, in the next 2 or 3 years.